Do you want to forgive and move on, but you're terrified that it will just turn you into a doormat? Are you scared that letting go of your anger means letting them get away with it and leaving you wide open to being hurt all over again? What if you could turn forgiveness from what feels like an act of surrender into your greatest act of self-empowerment? What if you could release the resentment, actually heal, and still protect your peace with unshakable confidence? In this video, I'm going to share the 3 non-negotiable boundaries you have to set before you even think about forgiving someone. These aren't just little tips, this is a whole new playbook for taking back your power. It's how you make sure that when you forgive, you're doing it for yourself, on your own terms, without ever sacrificing your safety or your self-respect. First things first, let's just tear down the biggest myth that holds so many of us hostage: the idea that forgiveness is for the weak. We've been sold this story that to forgive means you have to forget what happened, approve of the behavior, or just snap everything back to the way it was. Frankly, that's a dangerous misunderstanding. Holding on to a grudge, it feels powerful, right? It feels like you're in control, like you're holding the other person accountable. But here's the tough reality: that bitterness isn't a weapon you're aiming at them, it's a poison you're drinking yourself. It keeps you emotionally chained to the person who hurt you, allowing their actions to control your emotions long after the event is over. It's no surprise that studies have consistently linked an inability to forgive with higher levels of anxiety, stress, and even depression. True forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person. It isn't about their apology, or whether they feel bad. Forgiveness is something you do for one reason and one reason only: to set yourself free. As the author Lewis Smedes famously said, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you." This is an act of reclaiming your power. It's a conscious choice to stop letting a person or a memory live rent-free in your head and your heart. But, and this is everything, this powerful act is only safe when it's built on a foundation of solid boundaries. Boundaries are what make forgiveness an act of strength, not surrender. They're the guardrails that keep you from getting run over again while you do the internal work of letting go. So, let's build those guardrails. The very first line you have to draw in the sand is the boundary of responsibility. This is where you get crystal clear about what's your mess to clean up and what is their mess. This is where you stop carrying weight that was never yours to begin with. Here's what you're responsible for: your feelings, your healing, your reactions, and your peace. You have to give yourself permission to feel angry, hurt, or betrayed without judging yourself for it. Acknowledging your pain is the first step to healing it. You can literally say to yourself, "I see this pain. I feel this anger. And I am taking full responsibility for how I move forward with these emotions." That's your work to do. Now, here's what you are not responsible for: their actions, their choices, their feelings, or whether or not they apologize. You are not responsible for making them see how much they hurt you. You are not their teacher or their therapist. Trying to manage their side of the street just keeps you tangled up in the drama and completely drains your energy. Think of it this way: imagine your well-being is a beautiful garden. The person who hurt you stormed in and threw trash all over it. The boundary of responsibility means you know that they are responsible for throwing the trash. That action is 100% on them. But you are responsible for deciding to clean up your garden. You're not going to wait for them to come back and pick up the garbage. You're not going to spend your days staring at the mess, wishing they'd change. You are going to take ownership of your space and your peace, and you're going to start tending to your garden because you deserve to live somewhere beautiful. This is about radical self-ownership. Your new mindset is this: my healing is my responsibility, their behavior is theirs. When you truly get this, the burden that lifts is immense. You stop trying to control the uncontrollable and you can finally put your energy where it actually matters, back into yourself. The second boundary is one of the most practical and powerful you can set, the boundary of access. Simply put, forgiving someone does not automatically mean they get their all access pass to your life back. You, and only you, are the gatekeeper of your time, your energy, and your heart. So many people get this wrong and believe that if they forgive, they have to let that person right back in. That's exactly how forgiveness turns you into a doormat. But listen closely, forgiveness is not the same as trust. Forgiveness can be granted instantly for your own peace. Trust, on the other hand, has to be earned back over time through consistent, changed behavior. Setting a boundary of access means you decide what the relationship, if there is one, looks like going forward. Your forgiveness is an internal shift. The access you grant is an external choice. Let's make this real. For a family member who is constantly critical, you might say, "I'm choosing to let go of my anger over things you've said in the past. But from now on, I won't engage in conversations where I feel judged. If it starts, I will calmly hang up or leave the room. We can always try again later." For a friend who betrayed you, "I'm working on forgiving you because I need to move on with my life. But my trust is broken, and that means our friendship can't go back to what it was. I need space, and I'll be the one to decide what kind of contact feels safe for me down the road." For an ex-partner who was emotionally damaging, you can forgive them completely in your own heart to set yourself free, while also deciding that the healthiest level of access is 0. No contact is a perfectly valid and powerful boundary. The key is that an apology isn't a magic password for full access. Words are cheap. You're looking for changed behavior over time. That's what rebuilds trust. And by the way, if this is landing with you and you're having a light bulb moment, let me know in the comments which boundary you've struggled with most. Was it responsibility or access? And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. This brings us to our final, and maybe the most misunderstood, boundary, the boundary of reconciliation. You have to get this straight. Forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing. You can have one without the other. Forgiveness is an internal process. It's something you do by yourself, in your own heart, for your own freedom. It requires only one person, you. You can forgive someone who is no longer in your life, someone who has passed away, or someone who will never, ever say they're sorry. Your freedom should never depend on someone else. Reconciliation, on the other hand, is an interpersonal process. It's the act of actually restoring a relationship, and it requires at least 2 people. It takes your willingness, plus the other person's genuine remorse, their accountability, and sustained change in their behavior. This boundary is the ultimate game changer because it frees you from waiting. You don't have to wait for an apology to start healing. You don't have to wait for them to get it. You can fully forgive them for your own sake, release that toxic anger, and then, from a place of clarity and freedom, decide if reconciliation is even possible or desirable. Your new mantra is this: my forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. My trust is a gift I give to others, and it must be earned. When you separate these two, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You can forgive an abusive parent without ever needing to have a close relationship with them again. You can forgive a cheating ex-partner to free your own heart, even while you're signing the divorce papers. You can forgive the friend who gossiped about you, while also deciding that the friendship is over. Forgiveness is your path to peace. Reconciliation is a potential, optional outcome that depends entirely on the other person's ability to create a safe connection. You control your forgiveness. You only influence the possibility of reconciliation. So how do we put this into practice? Let's walk through a quick ritual you can do to make this empowered forgiveness real. First, acknowledge and claim your responsibility. Sit somewhere quietly, take a few deep breaths, and let yourself feel whatever you need to feel without judgment. Say to yourself, I acknowledge the hurt and anger I feel. I am taking full responsibility for my own healing, starting right now. This sets your boundary of responsibility. Second, release the debt and define their access. Picture the person in your mind, or write them a letter you'll never send. Say out loud, I am releasing you from what I feel you owe me. I am taking my power back. I will no longer carry this for you. From now on, I control the access you have to my life. This sets your boundary of access. Finally, separate forgiveness from reconciliation. End by stating clearly, I am choosing to forgive for my own peace. The question of reconciliation is a separate issue. My forgiveness is complete today, regardless of what our relationship looks like in the future. This sets your boundary of reconciliation. True, life-altering forgiveness isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's about taking yourself off the hook of bitterness, resentment, and endless pain. By setting these 3 non-negotiable boundaries before you forgive, you change the entire game. You set the boundary of responsibility, owning your healing and nothing else. You set the boundary of access, protecting your energy and making trust a requirement, not a given. And you set the boundary of reconciliation, knowing you can be completely free without ever having to repair a broken relationship. This is how forgiveness becomes your superpower. It's how you protect your peace, reclaim your power, and finally, truly move on. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me which one of these boundaries was your biggest aha moment. Was it responsibility, access, or reconciliation? Sharing your story might be the spark that helps someone else in this community. And if you're ready to take the next step in building unbreakable self-worth, make sure you watch this video right here on the 5 signs you're taking your power back. Remember, you deserve peace. You deserve respect. And you're always in charge of your own healing.